Hi everyone, it's Jimmy, and today we've got a Rolex unboxing. Picked this up a few weeks back, so I've already worn it on a little trip away with the family, so I've got a little bit of experience with it, which I thought would be good before I do an unboxing, because I can unbox it and give you a little review, a little personal review of the watch. It is one that I did mention when they were released, but then sort of forgot about, and was offered. I sort of was hesitant at the start to accept. I took a few days to think about it, and then ended up going and picking it up, and sort of worked out as a birthday gift for myself. So so we'll open it up, we'll take a look, and I'll tell you what I think. All right, with Rolex, firstly, they just keep getting tougher and tougher with what they give you and what they don't. So yeah, no outer sleeve, and also you only get the one chronometer tag. You don't get the swing tag. Even though I said, listen, just give me the swing tag. It's part of the watch. It's got the serial number and everything on it, but they wouldn't do it. So you literally get just the normal, the outer box, the main box, your warranty card, and those few things. You don't get much. So here goes. Well, maybe they gave you this piece. Maybe that gives it more value. Anyway, take out the box. It's the sort of, what are these? The larger box, medium-sized box, whatever you call it. It's not the small one. Here it is, and inside we've got the GMT Master 2 in yellow gold. And you can see it's got a two-tone bezel. It's kind of hard to pick up depending on what light you're in. But yeah, the top half's black, jet black, and the bottom half's got that sort of ghosted color, which is quite cool. And but it's not the easiest thing to pick up. It's got to be in certain lights. Like, I don't know how well it's picking up on the camera. To the naked eye, I could see it quite clearly. But what my authorized dealer was saying is it's much more noticeable. The color change is much more noticeable on the solid gold, whereas on the two-tone, because it's just got the steel case underneath, it sort of mutes it out a bit more. And I was looking at the two-tone version just yesterday, and yeah, I sort of tend to agree with him. Although the two-tone is beautiful, it's a very sporty looking watch, more sporty than this. So guys that know Rolex will know there's not much to rave about what comes with the watch. So you've literally got your guarantee card on this side. So you've got your little guarantee manual, just a little, I don't know what this is, it's nothing, it's just a Rolex card. Yeah, a bit of information on there. So you get them. It will come with their little special book for whatever model it is. I'm not going to flick through them, there's really not much to show. And yeah, they only give you this swing tag now. They don't give you the main one. So it is what it is. I'm one of those guys that likes to have every little piece. But they're not really handing them out. Now that the hype has really dropped down on everything with watch related, I thought they'd get a bit easier on that and give you the pieces you like. Like usually back in the past, you'd get the bezel protector. You could even ask for the coffin that they come in. All those extra little bits and pieces that are cool to keep. But I mean, you could even get them factory wrapped. We know why they stopped doing that. Just try to make it a little harder for the resellers. But to ask the big premiums. But what I'll do is I'll just take it out, I'll keep it on the pillow for now so I don't fingerprint it. So I've cleaned it up nicely so you guys can see it. Yeah, I wore it for about nearly a full week, and somehow I managed. You can see it's got a little bit of swirling. You just can't stop that. Once you have to clean the watch and give it a wipe or whatever, I'm careful to use, proper cleaning cloths, nothing that's abrasive. But yeah, on this kind of gold surface, you will always get a little bit of swirling on those polished surfaces, just because they're so highly polished, and the fact that they're 18 karat gold, they're a lot softer than stainless steel. So that's the one unfortunate thing with gold pieces. If you're going to wear them, be prepared to see those polished surfaces. Even if you don't tap them anywhere, you will end up with them having that sort of a spiderweb effect, or swirls. This is still just hanging on like brand new, but not for long. Once you start wearing it a bit more, yeah. And I try not to overly clean them. If I go away and wear one of these for a week or two, I tend to just wear it every day and not touch it. And after that week, it might start to look a bit grubby, and then I'll just give it that one good clean, rather than wiping it down every day and just adding more micro scratches. So, what do I think of this watch? I think that on this bracelet is definitely more, for lack of a better word, it's very blingy. When you're out in the sun, it really glitters as you roll it, roll your wrist, and the sun catches it. Compared to a gold oyster bracelet, this thing really sparkles in the sun, which is quite amazing. It almost looks fake when you roll your wrist in the sun, the way it sparkles. It looks like you've photoshopped it or something. But so it's got that's pretty cool. I mean, if you're buying yellow gold, you're not trying to be subtle. It's pretty out there. But having said that, sporty looking watch, so it's not I shouldn't say it is kind of showy, but I wore this we went out along the coast, went to the beach and things like that, and so no one really picks up on this kind of thing. If you're wearing them in major cities and that, yeah, people pick up on it, but it still sort of flies under the radar when you're just doing normal things like that. Tend not to get any attention on stuff like this if you're just in normal kind of places. Cities, yeah, maybe will cop more attention. But I will say, for my size wrist, they're making these Jubilees a little bit too small. They should have at least one or two more links. When you compare it to a oyster bracelet, the oysters are always way bigger. Sometimes I take one link out of an oyster so I can get the adjustment just right. Whereas with the Jubilee here, this thing actually is too tight. And even yesterday I was speaking with a jeweler, and he even mentioned, he goes, "I think your watch looks too tight." I go, "Well, it's got every link in it and it's open right out, and that's what it is." And even he mentioned, "Oh, maybe you should get an extra link." And you know what? The money these things cost, I'm not interested in spending money on one more link. If I wore it every day, I would, but it's only going to be a piece that you wear if I'm heading out, and even then I'll wear it a bit at the start, and eventually it's not going to get a lot of wear anyway. But if I had to wear it every day, I'd need an extra link. It's just too tight on the wrist. But that's the full bracelet. You can see it's even squeezing the pillow a little bit. So on the last micro adjust, full bracelet. If you put a gold sub on here with the full bracelet, it would be loose on here. Anyway, I'll take it off the pillow. Try not to fingerprint it too much. And of course, when you buy Rolex now, they make sure they take every damn sticker off it, so you can't even have a case back sticker on there to try and protect the back of the watch when you know, in case you ever lay it down on the bracelet. Not that I ever do, but sometimes you might have it on the side and shake the table and it falls over, end up scratching your case back. But I don't like scratch case backs. So this one's all good. You can see the hallmarks and stamping on every lug. Inside the bracelet's brushed. It's just something special with gold pieces. Beautiful gold clasp. Really beautiful polishing. Maybe I should. One thing about GMTs, you know, like all the major Rolexes, whether it's a sub, GMT, Daytona, those are sort of the three major ones, and day dates obviously. But one thing about it, like the GMT, is that I really like them. I like wearing them. I never need to use a GMT function. I don't travel in that way for work or anything. So it's one of those useless functions for me. I do like tool watches with, you know, rotating bezels, and these just look better, you know, not better but different to a Submariner, I guess, you know, with the 24-hour scale on there, and got that perfect Rolex wind. It's one thing Rolex do better than anyone is the way their crown and stem works. So solid, no wiggle. You never really worry about going in between positions by chance. Just a solid feel when you use it. You don't feel that you have to be careful. And they always screw down so well. Never feel like they're going to cross thread or have any issue. Just the right size crown, if you ask me. Put on my wrist, you're going to see how it is a little tight. Let me just. It's got a fingerprint everywhere now. There's not much I can do about it. I was going to wear gloves, but yeah, don't worry about that. Sorry about all the bird sounds. I've come outside and opened the door on my sunroom here, and I've got everything from ducks to crows to everything making sounds out there. So when you first put it on, it's actually a cold morning today, so not really retaining any fluid, I guess, but you see it just fits. But once it's been on the wrist for an hour and your wrist swells that little bit because the watch is too tight, yeah, it starts to dig in. But like I said, I'm not, buying another link. I don't know what the gold links cost now. But I'm guaranteeing you it's well over $1,000 for a gold one. So I'm not interested in doing that. But yeah, did enjoy wearing it for a week every day. Was even doing a lot of scooting with my son along all the footpaths and trails along the beaches everywhere, and I was wearing this, and the whole time I was thinking, I hope I don't bin it and wreck the watch. It was a bit dodgy in some areas, but yeah, didn't fall off, didn't wreck my watch, and it was all good. I wouldn't recommend going on electric scooters everywhere with a gold watch, but I did it this one time just to enjoy wearing it, and it was good fun. Of course, I've got the bezel that moves, twice every 5 minutes. It's got 2 positions every 5, and yeah, it's an interesting feel on the GMT compared to the Submariner that have the 120 clicks. And so you got the gilt writing for the GMT Master 2. The rest of the writing on the dial is in plain sort of white. I do, because I like vintage Rolex as well. I think I would have liked to have seen the Rolex writing and the coronet in the gilt, or all of it in the gilt. Because look at it, even with the gold hands, I love the gold hands. But yeah, I wish they did it, or if they did it opposite, they just did the GMT Master 2 in white and the rest in gilt. So that way you've got the Rolex signature in that nice gold color. But they don't seem to do that anymore. So it is what it is. I mean, it's not a deal breaker. It's a cool watch. I like wearing it. I've only really got the two little criticisms. One is that the writing, I'd rather in a gilt, and I think from factory they should come with at least one more link. Now, not many people will probably say that because maybe most people have got a smaller wrist, but I mean, it is a man's watch. I mean, you know, I'm not 200 kilos, and the reason it doesn't fit is because my wrists are just, you know, super fat. It's just, you know, I've got a bigger hand and a bigger wrist, and it's a bit tight. So one thing I was thinking about is just comparing this to, you know, other gold Rolexes like the Submariner, which is the closest sort of competition. And I think I'll do another video for that. So I think I'll do another video and we'll compare a few of the others against this and what is the ultimate. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Overall, it's a winner. I think, yeah, and it's a bit rarer. I think they make maybe one gold one to every 10 steel ones. So definitely see less of them. I think their prices are getting too high for gold stuff. But hey, it is what it is. Gold Rolex has never been cheap, so yeah, that's all, guys. So until next time, take care. Bye-bye.